Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday and Calvinball. And I have this little tray of things that'll get me Calvinball points plus my title perspective from Bramble Fox. And I have my list of Calvinball rules. I'll put those to the side. And I'll bring them back. This is the amazing page. It's fun, uses lots of scraps, has many opportunities for over embellishing, like I tend to do with Calvinball. And it's by Claire Hawkins for My Creative Scrapbook. It's a really beautiful page, and I hope that I can do it justice. I love the color combination that she's used here. She got that from her My Creative Scrapbook kit for that month, and she really made use of all the papers. So it's beautiful. I have pulled from a variety of different Vicky Bouton collections for the stuff I've just kind of thrown on here. I used scraps for most of it. While I'm talking to you about it. The background is from Discover and Create. This paper, I believe, is from Print Shop. I know the florals and the butterfly are from Print Shop, and I think this striped paper and this floral are, yeah, those are both from Print Shop. And I have some bits, I think pretty sure the orange, and that's a color that gets me points in Calvinball. The orange Greek key kind of pattern is from Discover and Create. I'm distressing these. Let me get the page out to kind of see the order that I want to put those in. I'm just going to kind of lay it there. You can't see where I'm laying it, but let's see. This one goes back there. Then there's a floral one, which I'm replacing with this blue and teal floral. And the others kind of stack on top of it. This is shorter than that, and it is, and it extends out. I really like the proportions that she used, and I kind of wanted to keep to that, so I cut my papers to. I also like the mix of patterns that she used. We'll do that, and then the orange piece, which really is going to contrast nicely with the blue floral. Probably would have been better to use this print, and this print are about the same scale. They're different images, and of course wildly different colors, but they're very similar in scale and also in, I don't know how to say this, type, I want to say, maybe. They're similar in that they are analogous colors, and there's a main pattern that's on a background that's of a similar color. So dark blue on lighter blue, dark orange on lighter orange is kind of where I'm going with that. I don't know that I got this on straight, so let me straighten it out a bit. Move it over like that. And I'm distressing the edges because I'm not putting foam. It kind of defines the edges, gives them a little shadowing, makes them distinctive, gives it a little personality. And because I get a point for torn paper, I have torn the ends of this striped paper. I'm just going to put the adhesive kind of in the middle there, leaving that to kind of peek up. I'm going to add this. There's nothing like this, nothing similar to this in the original. I'm adding it because it has a, well, it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting addition to the pattern papers, but it has that, I'm just going to do this. It has that paper clip there, and I get a point in Calvinball for a paper clip without actually having to put one. It's actually on the paper. And this is from the papery pack, and I forget whether it's Print Shop or Discover and Create. I kind of screwed up on this photo. Somehow there's some adhesive that got along here, but I don't have time to reprint it and fix that. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down, and then I can reprint the photo the same size and paste it on top. So I'm going to do this like that, and I have stapled it down here. I get points for staples, but I've left it loose because I will be tucking some things in, like this. These are two ends of a single tag, and I kind of wanted to put them in like this so that we get a you get a sense of the paint swatch there. I'm going to put that there, and this is adding a horizontal element that Claire's does not have, but I kind of like it. Let's see if we're lining that up right. I kind of like it as a kind of a platform for some embellishing. And I have some, let's get the florals in place. I have this leaf sprig that I'm pretty sure is from Print Shop. Maybe even another collection. And I'm going to put it, I need to be sure and not cover up my paper clip. So I'm going to put it here and let it extend out over the green section. And I have that's a paper flower. I have this washi tape flower. It's from the papery pack, but it's made with washi. So I'm going to use it down here, and I'm going to tuck it, if I can peel it. I had a good start on it, and I found where I made the start. So I'm going to lay it down right there, and I'll let it overlap the tag and this paper, but I'll let the photo kind of go over it. And I'm going to put this flower over the photo, but again, not so much that that I lose the staples. I want the staples to show. So let me get this on here, and I'm going to put it on the background, but let it kind of overlap. Now I'm going to tuck this greenery in right there and let it come way out like that. But I'm going to put a little bit of foam on the end so that it, or in the middle actually. Let me do that so that it kind of curls up. I'll put that right there and one right here. Let me make sure that you can see all that's going on there. I'm very happy with my webcam setup, if for no other reason than I can just kind of look up at my laptop and see what you're seeing, and that was not possible. I mean, I suppose it was possible, but I didn't know how to do it, or I'd never tried to do it, or I didn't really know it was possible. I kind of have been doing all of this, you know, kind of blind, and you probably could tell that from the quality of the videos. I think I could use this, but I don't need it, so I'm going to keep it up there. Now this combination up here, I wanted to do this flower here and this flower up here, but I think that's too big. So I'm just going to do the orange flower and have it overlap the photo like that. And I'm just going to get some flat foam tape. Not quite as thick as that I was using. And put it here. And this is this page, this photo is remarkable in that it shows Ava and Barrett kind of sitting there. Ava was a huge fan of her brother. She liked to just kind of hover, and she loved hanging out with him. They kind of lost that somewhere along the way, and I always thought that was regrettable. So anytime we can find a photo that proves what it used to be like. I'm adding these tickets because they kind of repeat this green color over here on this side of the page. There are these green leaves and this green strip, and there's a little bit of green there, but there's not much green over on this side. So I did that. I have this thing that says capture the moments, and it is in a color scheme that doesn't necessarily match the rest of the embellishments, but it does match Barrett's red red hoodie that he's wearing. And so I'm going to maybe put this out here, again adding to the horizontal line and breaking a little bit away from the from Claire's design, not for any particular reason other than it kind of, I'm going to add this butterfly in. It's another washi tape butterfly, so I'm taking and this is from Print Shop. This is a very different style of butterfly from others in Vicky's collections. I'm gonna put it here and paste it down. I've got to be a little bit careful with the antennae. There. Okay. Now, that's kind of how I would have built the page if I weren't doing Calvinball. I'm going to cut this off. There. Now I'm going to add the Calvinball stuff, and we'll see if it drastically changes anything. I have this doily that I thought I would just kind of stash. I'm going to cut it in half and stash it back under here. Another reason I kind of left that a little bit open, not glued down, is what I'm trying to say. I'm actually thinking ahead of time, which is, different for me. I'm going to let a little bit of doily show over here for some reason, no particular reason. I get a point for a unicorn, and I can almost guarantee you that Ava is watching My Little Pony at that age. So I'm going to put the unicorn right there. I'll put a little bit of glue. What I did for the unicorn, the unicorn, the gnome, and the mermaid that get me points. Because this is an Ava page, I'm not embarrassed to use those elements. And what I did was I searched, I Googled unicorn free images, or free printables. And same with gnomes and same with mermaids. And then when I saw one I snapped it, I screenshot it and dragged it over to my my desktop. And then from there, I dragged it onto into my word processor and printed it in the size that I wanted. And I wanted fairly small. If I had wanted them big, I could do that. The images still are on my desktop. I'm going to slide in this little gnome right there above the word strip, capture the moments, and kind of behind the flower. I have this little avocado. Not sure where I'm going to do him yet. The mermaid I would love to put here without covering the staple. So I may do her here. I'll put a little bit of foam to one side of her. I have a big title too, so I need to put that on sometime soon. I'll put this foam there and then let her overlap the flower. Right there. She's kind of floating over it. And where does the avocado want to be? Maybe kind of tucked here behind a leaf, or on that leaf, or next to the gnome, talking to the gnome. Let's have him talking to the gnome. We have a little conversation going on here. And the unicorn and gnome, I think, were on there yesterday, and I didn't look for things to put on there because it wasn't the kind of page that I would use those images on. I know a lot of people think I just pile stuff on without thinking, and I actually do give it some consideration sometimes. Let's do our title. I kind of hate that I put that there, and I wonder if it can come off. I'm going to undo the 3 fairly important things that I've done here. Let's see if that will come off nicely. It will. And let's see if the gnome and the avocado are as good over the title as they were over that. Because I would like to set the title on that tag. I kind of think these things need to go. Hopefully that adhesive is fresh enough that it'll peel off easily. And if I didn't mess something up on a page, you wouldn't know it was me, right? Okay, so those I'm just going to kind of stick back over here, and let's see if that works. Okay, come on. Tweezers to lift the flower. I want it the so on the tag. I would love for the C to also be on the tag, but I almost have to bring it down so you can see the word so. I'm going to, since it's kind of tricky, oh my gosh, I forgot that I dropped my little glue bottle, and I need to order another one. I think this was my last one like that. So I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I don't know, when I first started making videos, I don't know if any of you remember, but I put glue on with toothpicks. I don't have a toothpick on the on my table right now, so I'm gonna see if I can find something that would work. I have a popsicle stick. That's probably not good. I might just use the ball end of my of the closer on there. Okay, so let's put a little bit of glue on here. This is not a lot of glue, and it's probably going to be, by the time I get it all on, it's probably going to be dry. But I need to fix that before my next video. I did that, you know, I'm those of you who know about my heart condition, you know that I'm kind of I live my life in 10-minute increments. I can't stand up for without my heart rate going through the roof, and I've been advised not to leave it that way for any longer than 10 minutes at a time. So I get up to go to the restroom or fix a meal or something, and I find 10 minutes worth of stuff to do, like putting clothes from the washer into the dryer, or hanging clothes up out of the dryer, you know, the stuff of life. And I'm doing my scrapbook stuff in 10-minute increments as well. And in the course of setting some stuff up, I hit something, and it, let me see if I can move that. The camera stays where it is, so I don't pull it down, but it moves very easily. So I'm not sure how that works. Okay, anyway, I've got the title on. So when I did this, I it was near the end of my 10 minutes. So I went to lie down, and apparently lying down made me totally forget I had done it and needed to do something about it. And I have out this other glue, this Aleene's super thick tacky glue, but it takes more strength than I have to actually push it out. It's not dried out. It eventually comes out, but I don't know. Okay, so now what are we going to do with document the moments? I'm thinking maybe right here. Well, okay, let's first see what we're going to do about the gnome. And I need a little glue. Oh, no, not that much. Holy cow. Okay, folks, this is fun. All right. I hope that didn't ruin my little gnome, because I really don't want to cut out another one at this point. It's getting to the point where I really need to wrap this up, because I know my heart rate is up. I'm going to kind of stick it in like that, realizing that it's curling. It has so much glue on it, it's kind of curled the paper. Eventually that'll straighten out. Okay, what was the other thing? I had the, I'm going to use, there's a little bit, you can't see it. It's just off camera, kind of down here where my finger is, where some of that glue over spilled. So I'm going to put this guy right there, like it's the avocado saying so cool. Then the document the moments, I think I'm going to put right here, maybe down here, kind of under the leaves, with the leaves kind of overlapping it, but the leaves are kind of curled up so you can still read it. Does that make any sense? Okay, and I've got some more glue over here in case I need some. And I will need some because I have these hearts. I'm going to pick up a little glue on this heart. I'm going to put it right there. And I may do the rest of the embellishing off camera because of, well, I guess I could take my heart rate. I can do that while I'm doing this. I'm going to put that on top there, maybe. Nah, I don't like that. So I'll take that off and I'll put it right beside 149. Not good. So the rest of what I'm going to put on, and you'll see this if you see it on Instagram or Facebook, are these enamel dots, this Viewmaster, which I thought I would kind of overlap on the doily there or maybe put out to the side. This is my star. I was going to put it somewhere, maybe here by the title. Lace is in there, and I've got a little bit of kind of navy blue-ish lace that I thought I would cut in half and put a little bit sticking out there and a little bit sticking out here, but that requires liquid glue. I have some journaling to write, and let's see, and there's splatters and there's some stenciling. And some sequins. And I forgot to do the stenciling. I have I'm so conscious of time that I rush. Let's see, where's my stencil? I have this stencil right here. And I'm going to, before I leave, I'm going to go ahead and do this. It's going to be just barely peeking out of this cluster right here. I'm going to put it here and just kind of lightly, and I'll put my finger over the part I don't want stenciled. I'll do some of that right there. Okay, that's kind of cool actually. And I'm going to do some over here. This I should be able to get, kind of sneak under these leaves. But what I want is the skinny part. And so that's going to require that I do a little bit of this. And I'm going to maybe do some down here, but going the other direction. There, and maybe some right here. It's just a little addition of some color, and if I had done it earlier, it would have been more hidden. And so I may find some ways to embellish. Like, for example, I might do this guy right here so that it kind of overlays that. And I can do the same. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm actually doing it, aren't I? Get a little bit of tape right there, and I'm going to do this lace. I didn't want a lacy lace, but this is kind of I wanted something that contrasted too. And let me get this under here. And I have glue all over my fingers now that since I've spilled it. Okay, there. I'm going to do a couple of these enamel dots. This one's going to go right here. I know y'all are yelling, go lie down. And I will in a sec. Let me put this one maybe right in right there next to the unicorn. I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to initially just put some tape behind it. I'm going to put it right here where it kind of covers a little bit of the part that didn't look like it belonged, I guess, is the deal. I'm going to put that right in there. I love the large enamel dots tucked under elements so that they don't show completely. I had the hardest time using them, and for the longest time, when you looked at my enamel dot sheets, all the big ones were left. I used the little ones first. I want to get rid of all the rest of these, so I'm going to put one right here and one right here and one right here. I know that Claire did a straight line of small enamel dots there, and instead of enamel dots for that, I'm going to end. This is why I wanted to do all that stuff. I'm going to end this. Ooh, I need the arrow. Let me get the arrow on. I didn't have an arrow. on there, and I want it right there. Kind of, it doubles as saying this is what's so cool, and kind of a path for the butterfly. So I'm going to use these Nuvo drops. They're glitter. This is going to be my glitter element that I get a point for. I'm going to test my drops here. These glitter ones, the glitter separates from the clear part. And shaking doesn't do much, but squeezing kind of does. And I need a pin from my pin cushion. And sometimes I need to pull this off and okay, that seems to be working, but I'm not going to do as many as Claire did. 2, 3, and then I'll do 1, 2. You know, I could use this as glue. Okay, that's enough. I think I'm going to call it quits and go lie down. I thank you for watching, and I will see you around. This is just as a disclaimer. So, well, let me pull my. Where did my rules go? Calvinball rules. I do this because people who are playing Calvinball and follow me always kind of want to know the details of how I fit in various elements. So I am doing this for you. And for those of you who've never played Calvinball, it kind of shows you the fun you can have without really, junking up your layouts too much. This one is embellished more than the original, but anyway. So these are the rules as of Friday. I'm filming this on Friday. This page doesn't go live until Sunday. See, the camera has moved again. There we go. So star we've got right there. Polka dot paper is the background. An arrow we've got right there. Handwritten journaling, I haven't written it yet, but I will. I had typed up, when I printed that photo, I typed up this journaling, but I'm actually going to write it in my handwriting to get the point. And then a heart, I've got a couple hearts there. Stamp, I stamped the avocado. Date, I will have that when I handwrite my journaling. Striped paper, there's this paper right here that has stripes on it. It's stripes of stripes, actually. Stitching, I don't have. Butterfly, I do have. Torn paper, I do. Paper clip, you can see the picture of the paper clip right there. Lace is this pretty blue stuff. And a rainbow, I actually had fussy cut a rainbow. I don't have it on here, but to be honest, I'm okay with there not being a rainbow. I know I have a flare. The rainbow had all the typical rainbow colors, but I don't want those colors on this page. I will find a flare that has a rainbow in either the teal colors or the coral colors, orangey coral colors. Okay, doily, we've got that, and washi, this butterfly and this flower are washi. Avocado I've got here, staples got here, flowers are there, sequins I have 3 sequins. I can't put them on until I um, get my liquid glue working. So those, I'll just put that there so you'll know sequins are going on there. Gnome, I've got a gnome. Viewmaster, that's what that is. It says viewfinder, but I think they mean Viewmaster. Enamel dots I've got around. Glitter on the Nuvo drops. Stenciling I've done with this kind of pattern right there. Uh, Cake, I don't have a cake anywhere on the page. Faith, not on the page. Theme park, not on the page. Photo corner, no. Unicorn, I've got right here. Mermaid, right here. Splatters, I don't have any splatters on there yet. So let's do some splatters. And I tell you what I'm going to do is kind of concentrate my splatters maybe over here where the stenciling was, just to kind of give it a little, to ground it a little bit, because the stenciling looks ungrounded. It looks like it's just sticking out there, like my mother used to say. It's kind of looks like a thumb, like sticks out like a sore thumb. And okay, not sure what's going on with that, but I'll deal with that off camera. And then I've got splatters, no dinosaur. I could have done the same thing with dinosaurs, but I think I have some papers with dinosaurs on them. Tag, I've got a tag there, and the color orange, I've got the mermaid's hair, and this pattern paper back here has orange on it. So there's my page. I thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to go lie down. Bye. Let me get that turned off.